I'm Aaron from PhoneDoc.com, and I'm here with what's arguably the turning point device for both Microsoft and for Nokia in the United States smartphone market. Here's the Nokia Lumia 900. We're going to do an unboxing of this brand new Windows Phone that's coming to AT&T on April 8th in blue and in black for $99.99 on a 2-year agreement. It'll be available in white on the 22nd as well for $99.99. But this is a brand new Windows Phone that was announced at Consumer Electronics Show back in Las Vegas earlier in the year, and it's packing a 1.4 gigahertz single-core Snapdragon processor, a 4.3-inch Super AMOLED display, an 8-megapixel camera, and more. This is a high-end Windows Phone device, and it's really one of the first Windows Phone devices that isn't a rehash of an Android phone. You know, you look back at some of these other Windows phones and you see, well, the design kind of looks like an Android phone, and it kind of looks like they just slapped Windows Phone onto it. This is a true attempt by Nokia to get back in the US smartphone market, and they've hedged all their bets on Windows Phone. Is this the device to get? We're going to find out in the unboxing, but first, special thanks to Best Buy Mobile for hooking us up with phones like this for use in our One Paw Bandit game. When you go into Best Buy Mobile to get the Lumia 900, you'll walk out working. Now, help you set up your email, your web, all that good stuff, so when you walk out the door, your contacts are synced, your internet settings are ready to go, your camera settings are on fire, and you can play with your new Lumia 900. Let's take a look at it in the unboxing. Nokia Lumia 900. Is this the must-have Windows Phone? And better yet, can it compete with other Android devices and other iOS devices on the market on AT&T? We'll find out starting right now. As far as I'm concerned, this is the Windows Phone that can make it or break it for Microsoft. It's the Lumia 900. This thing was announced at CES back in January, and it looks a lot like the Lumia 800, which was announced last year at Nokia World, but it's available on AT&T as of the 8th of April, and it's coming in at a really nice $99.99 price point. So given the features, this could be a real winner for Microsoft and for Windows Phone, hey, and for AT&T as well. The Lumia 900 here in the house, and just to give you a rundown of the specs, it has 4G LTE capabilities, a 1.4 gigahertz Qualcomm S2 processor. It's got Windows Phone, obviously, 8-megapixel camera with 720p HD video recording, a front-facing shooter as well, and a 1,830 milliamp hour battery. So special thanks to AT&T for getting this over to us, and also special thanks for giving us a blue one, because I get this cyan. So it's coming out in this cyan blue. It's coming out in black as well, and it's coming out on the 22nd of April in a white color. So you can get black and blue available at launch. Texting and driving, it can wait. Very true. And I'll peel that off. And there it is, the Lumia 900. Now it looks, like I said, a lot like the Lumia 800. A little bit bigger, obviously, thanks to the 4.3-inch display. It's a 4.3-inch clear black display. And like I said, front-facing camera, LTE capability. So this is AT&T's first LTE Windows Phone, and you've got the SIM door key here as well, and of course up top, which is always hard to get in the camera. Thank you for purchasing a Nokia Lumia 900. So the door key is here. We can remove the SIM card, which AT&T was nice enough to send over one with service. But if you need the SIM card ejector tool, there it is, and it's got a nice little Nokia logo on it as well. Out of the box, you get begin your amazing journey. Get the most out of your Nokia with Windows Phone in this new coloring scheme that we saw at Nokia World last year. You know, they used that to define Windows Phone as opposed to Symbian. And then we'll go down through here. Quick Start Lumia 900. Now this thing comes in at 5.6 ounces, and it's about 0.45 inches thick. So relatively thin. It's got a great feel to it though, and you know, I keep going back to the price point with this device. 99 bucks on contract, 2-year contract. You get a really quality high-end device here that resembles the 800. Just a beautiful design with a front-facing camera and a lot of features for 100 bucks. So I think for a lot of people that go into the store, they're looking for a high-end smartphone. They're going to see this at 100, and they're going to see other devices like the Titan 2 or, you know, some of the Android devices, the Galaxy Note at $299. They're going to see this $200 to $300 price point. And they're going to be like, well, why in the world would you go with that when I could go with a $99 device and get this? And it fits well in the hand, though. I will say it is noticeably bigger in the hand thanks to that 4.3-inch display, which seems to be, you know, I used to say 4 inches is a sweet spot, and I still think it is for a lot of people. But for you know, media-hungry people, I think 4.3 is a great place to be. You can see that clear black display, beautiful black colors, and you can see LTE capabilities or LTE running in the background. Product and safety information out of the box. Nokia connecting people. It's really nice to see a Nokia device on a U.S. carrier. Obviously, the Lumia 710 came out on T-Mobile, but it's nice to see a flagship device available on a U.S. carrier. A neat little USB adapter here, or an AC adapter module rather, which I'm dropping everything with the USB plug down there, and then you've got your USB cable out of the box. So that's pretty neat. Actually, I'm going to keep that out of the box because I may use that to charge it a little bit later. Pretty neato there. So we'll go ahead and close this. And you can see in the contents, obviously, the phone, fast USB charger, data cable, SIM door key, and quick start guide. So let's take a look at the phone itself, because that's really what you're here for, right? Right. So you can see out of the box, you've got your typical AT&T stuff. You have code scanner, My Wireless, AT&T Navigator, AT&T Radio, AT&T U-verse Mobile as well, ESPN, games, you've got Internet Explorer, of course the typical Windows stuff here, Office, but you do have Tango video calls and YP Mobile. Now, like typical AT&T programs that come on a lot of their devices, you can uninstall the AT&T apps. That's something AT&T, both AT&T and Sprint have been really good about, allowing you to uninstall their applications out of the box. So you don't want AT&T Radio, you don't want AT&T Navigator, you can take care of those out of the box. So I think My Wireless is actually pretty useful if you're an AT&T customer, because you can see things in real time and pretty quick. So that's a nice touch. But LTE capabilities, and you'll notice out of the box that you see the LTE indicator as opposed to 4G. Perhaps that's to avoid confusion, I'm not sure, but you see LTE, so that may be a trend for Windows phones going forward on AT&T. And actually the Titan 2, when we saw it at CES, it showed the same thing, LTE in terms of lettering instead of the actual 4G indicator. So let's take a look here. Yeah, we'll send our browsing history to Microsoft. Why not? So you can see Windows Phone 7.5 here with the browser bar here in the bottom. And let's go to phonedog.com and take a look. So 4.3-inch display, like I said, I think it's a great sweet spot for a lot of people. You know, you see the 3.5-inch devices like the iPhone 4S, and you see huge phones like the 5.3-inch display on the Galaxy Note. I think this is a good balance for people. I think this is still pocketable, but big enough for YouTube, big enough for web browsing, and more. So as I've complimented Windows Phone about in the past, browsing is absolutely fantastic. Pinch to zoom, little to no lag whatsoever on this device, and you can really see how fast the transition effects are in comparison to some of the other devices on the market. That 1.4 gigahertz single core processor really functions well here. And scroll up and scroll down very easily, and again zoom in and zoom out. And then when I want additional tabs, I can click tabs and it shows me my PhoneDog page. I can add a new one, and it's quick and easy. So you can really see this device is fluid. That 1.4 gigahertz processor is working relatively well. And up top you have your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, your micro USB charging port, your SIM card slot, which you'll need that ejector tool for, and it is a micro SIM card. So keep that in mind. If you're an iPhone user, you can switch over pretty easily. Just call AT&T and get them to switch over your IMEI and get you on that appropriate data plan. But volume rocker here, power button, camera shortcut button, which you know how much I love my camera shortcut buttons, and then you got your camera on the back with a flash and a speaker down here at the bottom. So not venturing away too much from the Lumia 900 design, that you can see that the display is a little bit raised on the edges, so gives it a nice little touch there. And you've got your 3 capacitive buttons down here at the bottom. You have back, home, and search down there. And you can see press and hold home, or excuse me, press and hold back, sorry. And I can scroll through all of my recently used applications, and I just did an Android gesture there. That's pretty bad. It shows how many Android devices I've worked with. And I can easily access, you know, let's say the browser, go right back to the browser, and pick up where I left off. So it's not true multitasking by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a nice upgrade, if you will, on Windows Phone 7.5. So I'm going to scroll over here and take a look at messaging, and we'll load this up. Welcome to AT&T. So I'm going to write them back and just say thank you so much. Glad to be here. You can see the autocorrect is pretty good. And one thing I've always liked about Windows Phone's keyboard, let's say much, let's say I look at this and I'm like, I don't want this to be much. I can click on the word and it'll bring up other suggestions. So I can come back here and just simply click and correct and click and correct all the way around until I have the perfect sentence. So thank you so nigh, glad to bed need. And you can see same thing here in landscape mode. The one thing I will say that Windows Phone kind of bugs me about is the notification bar at the top always goes away. You can't keep battery status up there. You can't keep wireless status up there on a given basis. And I like to know what my signal strength is, where my battery stands at all times. But when it's gone, you can see the keyboard still doesn't utilize that extra screen real estate that you get while it's gone. So you'd think like maybe I'd push it down and the keyboard would shift over, but you've got a lot of dead space here, and I'll focus in on it so you can take a look. A lot of dead space here once these indicators go away that you could really use to make the keyboard even larger. But still, in landscape mode, relatively easy to type on, and you've got your simple buttons down here for send, for attach, and to use voice commands. And then this is actually something that Android 4.0 kind of picked up with the 3 dots down here at the bottom. Serves as kind of a menu button where you can access additional settings, tools, and things like that. So all in all, you know, really nice phone. Love to see Windows Phone coming to AT&T, coming to a carrier, and it's a really high-end Windows Phone device. This could be the beginning of a really great relationship with AT&T and Nokia in the United States. I'm also excited to announce I'm beginning a 30-day challenge with this phone today. So look for those videos on phonedog.com. The Nokia Lumia 900 challenge, 30 days of me carrying this device as one of my personal devices. Really excited about this. and really looking forward to kind of putting Windows Phone to the test because we've done a lot of Android challenges on the site. I just finished up the Galaxy Nexus Challenge, and now I'm moving on to the Lumia 900. So stay tuned for that. Super excited about it, and really looking forward to using this high-end device. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/PhoneDog. Let us know what you think. Like me, or I said that backwards. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron, and on Facebook at facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. I'd love to hear your suggestions about cool Windows Phone apps, about what you love and what you hate about Windows Phone. Let me know on Twitter, PhoneDog_Aaron, as I start my 30 days with the Nokia Lumia 900. Stay tuned for more coverage on this device, be it the 30-day challenge, the review, the first impressions, dogfights, or more. We'll have a lot of great content for you on PhoneDog.com. We'll see you next time.